All right, hey, what's going on? It's Monday morning as I begin this, and I've got Tom with me, actually.
Still here.
Hi.
Still here.
Glad to know you're still here.
I know, isn't it nice?
Yeah.
It's Monday, man.
All right. So here's the deal. We're getting ready to get up with Lucky. We're at the location where I normally meet him at, and he is out there on the same corner that he normally is waiting for me at, and also where he attempts to sell artwork with his running mate, Kurt. Now, I've seen Kurt. Kurt's not with him. He's at the opposite side of the Walmart. The only reason I know this is because I had to stop and get gas, and I was able to see that Kurt and a whole bunch of people were milling around in the shade. It is a little warm today, but enough with that. I don't know that we're going to be able to get Kurt today, and that's not even all that important. What is important is getting up with Lucky and seeing if he still has the GoPro. There were a lot of comments where people were saying, Joe, it's a horrible idea giving this guy the GoPro. I know what I would have done in addiction if somebody would have given me a GoPro. Tom, at the worst of your addiction, if I would have given you a GoPro and just said, hey, go film what you're doing on a daily basis, would I come back and would you still have that GoPro?
What GoPro? You gave me a GoPro, bro? Oh, yeah, that's right. Yo, man, you need to talk to my homeboy, right?
Oh, Lord. Okay, so, yeah, there were a lot of comments that said that, you know, potentially the GoPro is going to be gone. I've got faith in Lucky. I'm confident he's still going to have the GoPro, and I'm hopeful that he was able to do some filming with that, and we're able to get that footage today and, you know, see what's going on. But I'm going to get ready to get up with him. I do not like the fact that I have Tom with me doing this, simply because of the fact, you know, here's a guy who is knee-deep in addiction, being Lucky, and here's you on the opposite end of that spectrum. But who knows? Maybe you could be a positive influence, him meeting you.
Right.
I just hope that he's not a negative influence on you meeting him.
Yeah. No, I've got almost 3 years clean. I've actually interacted with some people in that time period. Some homeless people up in Elkton, Cecil County in Maryland. Went and did some outreach work with them. And these people were living in the woods, Joe, behind a Walmart.
Yeah.
In tents. They had the whole little town set up back there. You know what I'm saying? And so we went out and handed clothes, food, you know what I'm saying, bus tickets and all that stuff. So
well,
it won't be the first time.
I've got Tom with me because I'm meeting with Lucky now. We're going to see what's going on with him, see if we can film with him. And then I've got another video entirely that I've got to go film with Tom after this. But enough chit chat. I'm getting ready to go see Lucky and see what's going on with him, and if he's up to film, and hopefully he's feeling better, and if he wants to come hang out with us for a little bit. Lucky! You were filming?
I think he wants his dirty laundry out there for people to see, man. Like he's embarrassed. And I understand, because it's not easy doing, you know, what I've been doing, man. It's, you know, putting my dirty laundry out there for everybody to see. But the positive things have far outweighed any negative, you know, emotions that I have. Emotions don't really matter. You know?
Well, I see you still got the GoPro.
Yeah, man, absolutely. Was you worried I was going to sell it or something?
I wasn't. I put the video up, and there were some comments saying, you know, I hope that GoPro's still there.
Yeah.
And sure as shit, there it is. I said the entire time, I've got faith in Lucky. I'm not worried about that at all.
Yeah, you never had nothing to worry about, man. I've told you before, man. I don't let my addiction turn me into a piece of shit. You know, a lot of people don't like boosting. I don't like boosting, and it's not because of any moral aspects. Because I can't stand these corporations exploiting the hell out of people. You know, they have these big money companies that got all the money. And you know, they pay people what they say, oh yeah, it's good money, but they don't pay people shit compared to what they're making, you know.
Yeah.
I don't feel bad about that, but the reason I don't like doing it is because it's dangerous, you know. You get in trouble. Yes, man.
Oh, that was really nice of you.
Thank you so much.
Well, you want to go
Here, let me get
go hang out for a little bit?
Yeah, man.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah,
Come on, let's
go,
get up
man.
out of here.
Okay.
All right. I have no idea what that little noise was.
That was me.
Oh, it was your phone?
Yep.
Oh, damn, I thought it was the camera telling me it was getting ready to overheat.
That was me.
All right, hey, what's going on? We are at our normal filming location with Lucky and also Tom in the background. And we're getting ready to talk with Lucky. What's going on with you, man?
So far, so good, man. I had a pretty good weekend all in all. There was some rough parts, but all in all, at the end of the day, everything worked out really well.
Well, let's walk and talk. Let's do what we normally do. I'm gonna get on the side of you here, and we're gonna go to our little spot so we're out of the way. It's good to see you today on Monday.
Yeah, it's always good to see you too, Joe.
Well, I appreciate that. All right, I want to start this off first and foremost with the fact that I was able to put up the 4th video that I filmed with you. The 3rd video didn't make it because there was just audio and video issues. But in that 4th video, it was called Lucky's Too Sick to Film. A lot of people saw that. There were a lot of comments on that. Still a lot of people rooting for you and hoping that you're going to be able to find your way. But in that video, I had also mentioned that I was going to be giving you the GoPro camera. And there were, I don't want to say a lot, but there were definitely a few comments of people who were questioning whether or not that was a good idea and whether I was going to come back and that GoPro was gone. Obviously, you still have the GoPro.
Yeah.
Let's talk about what you've done with it since you've had that camera.
Well, I was hoping to be able to get my stick man to, let me do some interactions with him on there, but he didn't want to get on board, man.
And that's to be understood and, expected.
Yeah.
Not everybody wants to share and be as candid as you've been.
Yeah, it's not easy opening up my life for everybody to see, all my dirty laundry. It's really tough, actually. But I think all in all, the positive definitely outweighs the negative. I'm really happy to know that there's a lot of people out there rooting for me, man. And as a matter of fact, on Saturday, I was having a real slow day out there. I wasn't making any money, and I was starting to get ill. And I was like, damn it, man, I'm gonna have to go boost. And I went and I got on the bus, and I was headed to go boost to make some money. And there's a Wi-Fi, free Wi-Fi on the bus, so I got a friend of mine gave me a phone that I can get on the internet with Wi-Fi, and I got on there and checked my Cash App, and there's $50 on there that I didn't know about. So went through it. It came from 4 different people, and man, I got a little bit choked up, man, because I didn't want to go boost. I never really want to go boost, and I don't want to do it anymore, man. Every time I do, it's always out of necessity. It's not because it's something that I want to do. So I was super happy that I didn't have to do that, because the people out there helped me out, man. And so I got off the bus and I walked back up to my spot, and I was set up. And after that, actually, I sold a little bit of artwork within an hour. I made $25 more, so it turned out to be a really good day. But I want to thank everybody out there who's giving me emotional support and financial support. It's wonderful. Every day out here on the streets, there's a lot of ugly out there, but there's also a lot of beautiful things, kind people, man. I see people doing selfless acts of kindness every day, and it really renews my faith in humanity, man, because it's easy to think, be cynical and focus on the bad stuff out there, but there's a lot of good things, man. And the type of lifestyle that I'm living right now, I get to witness acts of kindness every day, and it's touching, man. It really is.
Yeah, I came up on you this morning, when you were sitting on the corner. First thing I saw was that you still had the GoPro, and then as I was sitting there filming with you, a lady drove up and handed you a few dollars, and You even gave her a piece of artwork for that.
Yeah, she wasn't asking for the artwork, but that was the last drawing that I had, and you know, she handed me a few hours getting ready to leave with you, and I felt like, you know, it'd be nice for her to have that. It was a charcoal drawing of an angel.
You know, I wish we could have filmed the ride over here, because it was in that ride where you got a chance to meet my buddy Tom, and you guys were talking a little bit. Tom was sharing with you, you know, some options for your detox journey that you want to go on. And, you know, I do want to bring Tom in on this and get some of his, you know, feedback. You know, Tom, you're getting a chance to meet Lucky for the first time, and I'm sure it's almost like looking in a mirror to a certain degree.
It is. It is really.
Can I get the both of y'all?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's. I know where you're at, and I understand it. I had an opiate addiction. I was addicted to heroin. I've been doing heroin since the 80s. So I know where you're coming from. Gotten clean a couple times. This last time, it just stuck because I made a conscious decision that I was done. I was finished. I'd had enough. And that's where it really comes from. When you make the decision, when it comes from you, not from outside sources, it makes a big difference.
I completely agree. You can't force somebody to get clean. It's never going to work.
Right.
And that's where I'm at this point in my life. I'm tired. I'm tired of being a slave to the drug.
Yep.
You know, that's what it boils down to.
That's
I'm enslaved. You know, and I'm sick of it. Yep. I'm ready for the change.
There's some really good things, and you were talking about the program that you're going to. I totally commend you for it, man. It's a hard decision. It was hard for me. I even had a situation where I was already sober, and I got injured at work, and they put me on painkillers, which is what started my addiction also.
Me as well.
Yeah. When I heard you talking about it earlier, I was thinking to myself, wow, it's crazy. It's like, literally, you know, we have a lot in common as substance use individuals. We have a lot in common. We just do, because a lot of our journeys are the same.
You know, that's well said, because I think that a lot of people become opiate addicts through injuries and doctors prescribing pain. Because there's something about, you know, certain people's characteristics that they're just prone to become addicted when they get a taste of an opiate. I mean, it's like flipping a switch. You know, I think it really like actually physically changes your brain. You know, and if you're predisposed to becoming an addict, and you get exposed to it, you know, that's all it takes.
All it takes is one thing to open the door.
Yeah.
And when the door gets opened, everything comes with it. I've been on your side of the fence, boosting, stealing, robbing, shooting at people, all that crap.
Hold on, Tom, you shot at people?
Yeah.
Yes. All right, but anyways, Lucky.
Yeah, thanks, man. Let's just put that out there. Yeah.
You said it.
Yeah, it's the truth, though. It is. Yeah, shot at people, sure. Yeah.
So anyways, thanks, Tom.
Yeah.
All right, Lucky, come on, let's walk and talk some. Actually, there was a lady back there. I guess we're gonna just post up right here. And Tom, I'm just messing with you, buddy.
I know.
Appreciate your feedback.
Of course, yeah, no.
There's a lot of stuff that I'm sure, you know, both of us have done that we won't want to be on camera.
Yeah,
You know?
well, there's a lot of things that we've done in our lives, you know. You don't want to, you don't want to disclose it. There is no statute of limitations in Virginia. Just want to say that for those of you that are not aware. There's no statute of limitations.
Well, good job telling her yourself, Tom.
Yeah. Well, you know, hey, look, you know, I've done my time. I've done 30 plus years in prison.
Not for that.
Not for that. But yeah, thanks, man.
Anyways, I'm glad we get to make it a little bit lighthearted, even though nothing about your situation is lighthearted at all. Let me switch gears a little bit so we can get everybody to stop thinking about Tom shooting at people. I go to the location, the Walmart where you guys, where you're at this morning. I saw Kurt on the other side of the Walmart. Looked like, you know, posted up with some other people. It certainly seems like that's the community that's out there. There's a whole bunch of homeless folks.
Yeah, there's a lot of us stay right around Walmart. We all kind of help each other out.
I even met the
family, you know?
I don't want to say I met, but I saw the girl that you were telling me about who was in the wheelchair. at the
Jamaica.
her name, you call her Jamaica.
Jamaica, yeah.
She's at the Wawa holding the door open for people.
Yes.
Seems like a very nice person, and you know, just everybody's got their own reason for why they're in the situation that they're in, and unfortunately the community and the group of people that, you know, you're surrounded by right now all seem to be in a very similar boat.
Oh yeah, all of us are heroin users. Some of them use crack and heroin. You know, a lot of people that become addicted to heroin wind up becoming homeless as well. It's one of the things that kind of goes along with it, you know.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense.
Because if you, like, honestly, living that way, it's the only way that I would be able to support my heroin habit without actually going out there and doing armed robberies and shit like that. That's gonna put me away forever, because working a job, you can't support a habit like that and pay your bills and, you know, have somewhere to live. Like, so I can either pay bills, you know, car bill, rent and all that, or I can do heroin. I can't do both, you know, not unless, you know, if I was rich, you know, and I'm not. So.
And right now, as crazy as it sounds to say this, you would rather do heroin than to pay for a light bill, car bill, rent.
Yeah, I don't know if I would word it with rather. It's because, like, if it was just like a mental decision, like, yeah, I'd rather do this or that, then of course I would not choose to be living on the street doing heroin. Unfortunately, you know, the strength of that addiction makes the decision for me, you know.
Wow.
It's not something that I necessarily choose. It's the addiction chooses for me, really, you know.
Well, let's keep it moving a little bit. Do me a favor, try not to pull the straw in and out a little bit.
Bad.
No, you're fine.
I'm gonna set this down anyway. The straw's broken on it.
So you've got some GoPro footage. I'm very curious to see what you filmed, and today I'm gonna swap out the memory cards in that, see if there's anything that we can use, maybe attach it to this video, or maybe it's its own video altogether.
Yeah, it's a bunch of short clips that I did. I didn't do a lot of long filming and everything. At first I was like, you know, trying to figure out, you know, what I should put on there and everything, because my original plan was to put my buddy in there with me, and when that didn't go through, I was kind of stumped a little bit. So I was trying to figure out what to do with the camera, and I got some footage of the area that I sleep in back there. I didn't film me going in and out of there because I don't want that.
You don't want people seeing where you live at.
Yeah, I don't want people knowing where it's at. So, but the inside of there, I filmed, you know, where I got my bed and the tarp over it. I got a little metal bucket with burn fire, you know, burn wood in when we need to, if it's cold or if we need light or whatever. You know, I got a little bit of that. I got, you know, after certain interactions happen, I get on camera and, you know, say what happened. But living in, you know, the homeless community, everybody's very, very leery about being on camera. So I haven't put anybody but myself on the camera.
No, I mean, that's understandable.
Yeah.
The last time that we got up with you, you were not doing so well. You were dope sick.
Yeah.
You know, how you feeling today?
I'm okay. I had a real good day yesterday, so I had some money left over when I woke up this morning. So, you know, I feel fine. Man, yesterday was a crazy day. Because at first it was real slow. You know, I had drawn up some Mother's Day stuff, kind of like you used to do in prison, you know, Happy Mother's Day. So I drove a bunch of shit like, Kurt's like, man, you ain't in prison no more. I said, yeah, I know, but I think people still buy this stuff, man. People get sentimental about their mama, you know. And sure enough, I was right. People bought stuff. I wound up selling all of it. But there was this one guy, he pulled up, he's like, what you got for me, man? He's in this nice truck, you know, D-boy, you know, you can tell he had money. I don't want to just assume he's a drug dealer, but that's what he looked like, you know. Anyways, he pulled, what you got for me? I was like, oh, you know, I think I had two Mother's Day things drawn up. One of them was a pregnant woman standing from the side, and she had one arm covering her breast, and on the other side of her hand holding her pregnant belly. And, you know, she's naked, but it was nothing pornographic about it. It was just, you know, artwork. It was pretty. you know, she's naked standing from the side, but you can only see down the side of her leg, and you know she's covered up. So, and it said "A Mother's Love" on it. It was a real nice drawing. That one I did down in ink marker, and he's like, man, let me get that one. And he's like, how much you want? I said, you know, it's my same response I always say, whatever you can afford to give me. You know, this is how I eat. You know, so he's like, all right. He pulls out $2 out of his big wad of money he's got, right? He's like, here you go, man. I'm like, all right, thanks, bud. You know. He wanted to know if he could have the other one for that $2 too. I was like, no, you only get one for $2, man.
Shit, you could have made more money off that drawing in prison.
Oh Jesus, well, absolutely. You know, like it would have been easy for me to get pissed off, but really I found it kind of funny. You know, like this guy probably makes more money in one day than I do all week, and he wants to scalp the homeless guy selling artwork on the corner. You know,
he might have took that thing and put it on eBay.
He might have, man. So I was like, whatever, you know. I liked the idea for that drawing. So what I did was I pulled out a piece of paper and I started doing another one, but this one I did in charcoal. The charcoal drawings, they look real nice, and I can work a lot faster with it than I can with ink. It takes a lot longer to do detail with ink. So I whipped one up. It took me about 30-40 minutes. The same thing with the woman, but I changed the words to "the most beautiful thing" on there, and I put some clouds and stuff in the background, and it looked real nice. And I just got done with it, went to starting to hang it up, and a woman pulls up and she said, oh, how much do you want for that one? And I said the same thing, you know, whatever you can afford. And she hands me an envelope, and I give her the drawing. She drives off. I couldn't get the envelope open before she left, but I opened it up, man, there's $80 in there.
Holy moly.
Yeah, man, I was like, man, you know, I got a little choked. I was like, you know what?
She made up for the other guy.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's balance, man. God always keeps things balanced. It might not happen in the time frame that we want, but balance always comes about, man. So that's my view on that. And I think that the lady has seen me when she was driving by, and she was already planning on giving me that money. And when she drove up and she seen the sign saying selling artwork, you know, I think that was a way for her to, you know, save my pride or whatever, maybe. But I mean, Lewis, you know, I had to swallow my pride a long time ago. So, but yeah, man, it was, and that's what I say, man. Every day I witness, you know, great acts of kindness from people, man. It's touching, and it's refreshing to see the good things, man. That's why I don't like to focus on the negative shit, man. Because if I did, I'd be depressed all the time. And I'm not a cynical, pessimistic type of person. I like to keep a positive attitude, even though, you know, the conditions of my life might not be ideal. I can still be happy. You know, I don't have to wait for things to be easy to choose to be happy. You know, if I did that, I'd never be happy, because things are never going to be easy. You know.
You always share some wisdom with us. I want to switch gears, and I don't want to make this super long, but one thing that I definitely want to touch on is you getting clean and attempting to get detoxed. You were talking about that on the ride over here, and it seems like today you definitely have a energetic outlook on it. I'm trying to think of the right way to word it. You seem a lot more motivated to make this happen sooner than later. You know, what's your game plan, Lucky?
Yeah, today I'm gonna contact the place I'm going to and see if they have any beds open yet. And if they do, I'm gonna go ahead and go today if I can. You know, I'm really ready, man. Like there was a point over the weekend that shit was like bad, man. Like my stick man is sitting there, like, you know, it got cold all of a sudden, you know, like out of nowhere, and we're in there freezing, man. And he just I hear, you know, I thought he was coughing or something, and then I realized he was over there, man. He was crying, man. And you know, I gave him his space. I didn't, you know, bait him, are you okay, and all that, because a lot of times people, that's not what they want. You know, I'm sure he doesn't want to cry in front of anybody, but you know, he was all choked up, and then, you know, after he got himself together, man, he's like, it's just heart-wrenchingly sad, you know. And I understand, you know, because I could definitely let myself fall into that type of a mind frame if I wasn't careful, you know. lucky for me, a lot of the time that I did, you know, when I did the City Yoga meditation. I spoke about that before, and what that has done for me is allow me to have a lot more control over my emotional state all the time, because it taught me how to understand that I'm actually in control of that. A lot of people think that they can't control their emotions, but you can. It just takes a lot of practice. So, you know, but anyways, shit was pretty bad, and you know, if I said that I was happy at that moment, I'd be a liar. I wasn't happy either. I just, you know, I wasn't as sad as my friend was at that time, but it was just bad, man. Like, cold all of a sudden, and it starts raining. You know, we didn't have enough money yet because it started raining before, and we can't sell artwork out there when it's raining, man. It ruins, you know, shit gets wet, and you know, it's just not something that we can do. So we wound up getting stuck coming inside before we had enough money. So we knew that we were going to be ill that night, and it was just a, you know, bad situation, man. And then next morning, that was that Saturday, I went out. Still wasn't making no damn money, and that's when I found the $50 cash, you know, $50 on my Cash App that rescued me. So, you know, and from there everything turned around. Everything started happening real good, man. Like, you know, there's you know, other pits and, you know, downfalls and stuff in between, but all in all, man, you know, life's still good, even though my conditions aren't great. Life is still beautiful, you know.
I want to wrap this up on one final thing. You know, you're talking about you want to make these phone calls. If they've got bed space, you know, you'd be willing to go today. I hope that you go. Whenever you can get in there, like I said, I would help you get there if that's what, you know, obviously you're going to need a ride there, so I would definitely help you get there. But aside from all of that, you know, what do you think about leaving your buddy out there?
That's the one thing that, you know, regretfully, I'm going to have to do.
And be selfish about.
I have to be selfish about it because it's my life we're talking about, you know, and I don't want to leave him hanging, man, but at the same time, you know, this is not, you know, what the rest of my life is going to be, you know, and I hate to abandon him, you know, like that, but, you know, he's a survivor, you know, he's been doing this longer than I have, you know, he was doing it before I was around, and he'll be doing it when I'm gone, so, you know, hopefully if I come out clean, maybe I can, you know, inspire him to do the same, you know.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up right here. I'm hopeful that, you know, you're able to make these phone calls. I'm hopeful that there is available bed space, and I'm hopeful that maybe this week is the week that you get up in this detox program.
Yeah, I gotta get some stuff together, man. I need to get some clothes. Yeah, I need some art stuff that I can bring with me, because I don't want to just go there, you know, not have. I need to try to get a few things together, you know, when I go. So if they say they have a bed space open tonight, that's what I'm going to immediately work on, is trying to get some stuff together to bring with me.
If they've got a bed space open tonight and you can get in there tomorrow, man, I'll help you get whatever you need if you're going to go in there.
Yeah, that'd be wonderful, man. It would. That'd be great.
Well, we'll see where we go from here, Lucky. I greatly appreciate your time. I'm going to look forward to talking with you again real soon.
Okay. Sounds good. Good morning, everybody. Getting ready to get up and get my day started. Had a pretty rough night last night. The rain came and then the temperature dropped a lot. Got pretty cold. I wasn't ready for it. Finally got me a little fire started and warmed up, but it was a rough night, man. I'm back here in my little spot where I sleep at night. See, I got this tarp that hangs up. This is my spot. It ain't the greatest, but at least it's secluded away from public's eye. I'm getting ready to go out and try to get some money. I'm gonna have to before I get sick. It's a terrible life, man.